to our favourite type of session, the downtime session. The XP and the entanglements of the payoff session. How exciting!
Oh yes.
Oh yes. Friedrich will get to hear about what the crew has been up to in his absence. Or was that Milo? I think I might cut you out.
We need to focus on the entanglement, do we? Is that really a part of the game?
I really think until you get a wanted level, it's going to keep being the same thing. It's going to be Inspector Campbell, sniffing around after you guys. So, cool. Well, let us put on some mood music. And does anyone wish to recap the score that you did for Lord Skurlock? The simple smuggling.
I made some notes.
Classic.
I made some notes. Let's see. Right. So Lord Skurlock told us to escort a package from Gaddock and deliver it to a location in Crowsfoot. It was all very cultish and ghoulish. We didn't have any info. We were quick. You'd have been impressed, Friedrich. We just barreled on, mate. We're like, let's do this. All we knew was we had to get the crate from point A to point B. So we arrived at a dock, we're given a crate with whirring metallic pipes made of sparkcraft. We were trying to figure out what the box was, but all we knew is it was making a ticking noise. Silas distracted the nearby bluecoats. Lorenzo almost blew our cover. But eventually we got the boat on the chest on our boat and took it down the river while it was ticking. We were pretty clear it was going to do something bad when it stopped ticking. So we found an intricate sewer system to escape through to get back to the drop-off point. And as we emerged back from the sewers, war had broken out on the streets between the Lampblacks and the Red Sashes. So we had to try and make our way through a battlefield carrying a very delicate ticking clock. And Saffron tried to take the box apart, and it didn't quite succeed, which was fun. So we were attacked quite a lot as we tried to get across the battlefield. Just about managed to make it to the drop-off point when we saw that our contact had been taken away by a bunch of thugs. We rushed to go and save him. Lorenzo and Saffron completely failed and ended up getting stabbed quite a lot, leading to Silas downing a large rage potion, sending him into a blistering rage and obliterating all the three thugs around our contact in a world of red mist, almost killing his friends as well, and the contact before Saffron hit him with a trance dart to knock him out, but not before he'd absolutely murdered everyone, leaving everyone pretty fucked up. And they retreated with their tails to their legs, mostly successful. We dropped off the crate in good condition.
Right, Saffron drugged Silas.
No. Yes, he was in a rage. Gave him a bit of a knock him out.
He saw the red mist and nothing else. So.
Yes, I do believe the phrase curb stomping was applied to some of the enemies. I think Saffron perhaps feared that he might be the next target of Silas's rage.
Indeed. And so lots of wounds go around. Saffron has suffered a trauma through stress and wounds. Lorenzo is heavily wounded. 2 wounds, or is he?
Let me check. I don't think he's that wounded. Oh, he's been stabbed, and he is winded.
There you go.
He's got 1 level 1 wound and 1 level 2 wound.
Oh yeah, so quite stabbed then, yeah.
Rather stabbed. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because he like, what was it? He was like, he made an attempt to like lurch and stab someone, and then their spiked club like fell on them or something because they tripped.
Yeah, we did some
really spikes.
Very bad rolling last week. Very, very bad.
Consistently throughout the whole session.
Yeah, it was really like I did a fight clock, and Lorenzo and Saffron didn't manage to do any segments. So I think that was what drove Silas to consume his rage potion.
Desperate times.
Certainly earned a few desperate XP points, because almost everything we did for the entire session was desperate, culminating in the most desperate of desperations.
I feel like that's how both the last 2 heists have gone, honestly.
Yeah.
They've all been very desperate.
They have.
Well, that certainly sounds very thrilling. I too have had an exciting time. in the last couple of days, I've managed to build this lovely commemorative carriage clock that I got from a magazine I've been subscribing to for the last few months. Isn't it lovely?
Is that the one where you get one little piece every week, and then you get to build all the little pieces together, and then you
That's
have a bit
right.
at the end? Oh, lovely.
That's right. Yes, I got the second hand just came yesterday, so I couldn't join you for the score, but
That's okay.
It was worth it.
I was only traumatized. It's fine.
But I should very much like my share of the gold, please.
Yeah, what was like? I did actually. Unlike me, I didn't note down what the yield was. I can't remember what the deal was.
So you received 6 coin from Lord Skerlock. Thankfully, the device was safely disarmed before it made a mess of that nice little shop.
You're welcome.
Yes.
It wasn't me.
It was not you.
Saffron takes credit for it still, though.
Yes. And something that I have been ignoring until now, but you are now on Lissa's radar, the leader of the Crows, and she is still the de facto boss of Crowsfoot. And with your recent successes, she is now politely inquiring after the tithe that you must pay for doing business within her district. So this is tier +1.
What do you mean? Sorry.
So you have to pay the Crowsfoot tier +1 coin after every score.
I propose we kill Lissa.
Yeah,
That's absolutely outrageous.
Let's go.
This is extortion.
Yeah.
This is against the law.
We're gonna. All right.
Fine.
We've started our next mission. We're choosing what is the violence. Let's go. Right.
Just go straight to the blue coats. This is against the law. You can't extort people.
I was going to
Yeah.
say, it does sound almost like criminal behaviour, really.
It's a bit rough, isn't it? How is she enforcing this? I mean, is this literally just mandatory, or can we refuse?
You can refuse. There will be consequences.
I refuse with consequences.
What tier is her gang?
2.
Let's refuse. Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, it's no good. No bueno.
We could work something out with her that involves doing a job for her.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, yeah, Silas want to do a job already. Yeah.
Yes,
I think we were
Go on,
considering
Silas.
doing
Offer
anyway.
yourself up. Go on.
Didn't she put a job in front of us?
Myself
Yes.
up. I'm gonna go play a bit of Valorant with it. See how it
Like
works
a
out.
man in uniform, do you? Well, I got my blue coat uniform from back in the day.
He's got one now. He's stolen it.
Oh yeah, true.
It's always good to have in your back pocket.
So you could do it. You could do a score for her, but you would essentially be like doing a forward payment, which you have to pay anyway, kind of
But yeah,
thing.
maybe she's a bit more creative than that.
Yes.
Like the working theory is you have to pay a tithe to her for every score, but this score is specifically in her interest. So perhaps
Yeah.
it
But
would
we'll
work
just
differently.
we
It's
can just,
worth
like-
more than a tithe, you mean?
Well,
Yeah.
no, but perhaps because if she wants us to do something for her, then there might be no or less tithe because we're not doing business on her turf. We're doing her business.
See.
That's my argument.
Yes.
Well, that's what I would propose to her. Should
Yes.
we?
Yeah,
meet?
we can waive the bonus almost, if you know what I mean. That said, we really don't want to help the Crows because we're trying to stuff on.
I feel like if she was going to waive the tithe to the point where it was like you're working for her, then you would have to be publicly like the subcontracted gang
They're definitely
of
not
the
doing any fucking
Crows.
jobs now, then, are we?
Yeah, I say we
Um,
go straight. Just
Right.
make the Emporium an actual Emporium.
Time to refuse payment. Let's get strong real fast, guys.
Yeah, I'm game. Well, we could. So how has this come to us? Have we had like a letter through the door of the Emporium? Have we had like a person turn up with threatening kneecaps? What's been the
A person with threatening kneecaps.
No, a person threatening our kneecaps. He's just walk in like knees
Those
first.
kneecaps.
That would be very unsettling.
Look at those knobbly knees. I'll pay them straight away just to go away.
Well, let's just go through some other things first, and we can do that if you want to go and talk to Lissa in the free play. We can do that. But yes, I did not expect this. Well, maybe I should have expected it. I should know you guys well enough that any kind of extortion would be met with the full fury of.
It's a big tax.
It's a lot.
And you know what? They're only tier 2. They're only tier 2. If it was like a bigger gang trying to move in on our turf, tax us, then maybe we'll pay it. But if it's just a little petty gang,
is our biggest haul, and it's half of it.
To be fair, I do have a spare coin I could give her.
It's not half of your.
You said it's tier +1. You said
you're
tier 2. 2 + 1 is 3. 3 is half of 6.
Oh no, it's your tier +1.
Oh, okay. Well, still,
that's different.
So it's one coin.
Oh, that's very different.
right?
That does. Oh, I've got a spare coin.
Well, it would just be one.
Okay,
It'd be one minus your score, so 6 to 5.
Listen, lads. Aesthetics, right? If we're seen paying, tax to another gang, every other gang in the area is going to think they can tax us freely.
Well, they are the ruling gang.
Tax beyond fuck.
Well, everybody, even the red sashes and the lampblacks pay.
Yeah, well, the red sash will be taxing us soon enough if we keep acting like this.
Well, that's why we need to become the ruling gang.
And nobody's disputing that. The question is a question of strategy and timing. How do we become the ruling gang? And to what extent does paying our way in the current order fit into that plan? I say if the cost is only 1 coin today, we pay that coin and we repay it in blood down the line.
You can be sure we'll be getting it back later.
I do agree, actually. One is not. Could someone possibly rub it on their ass first before we give it to them?
Oh,
just so we feel. Here you go. I've got a spare coin for you, Friedrich. Here's 1 coin.
Do you have a particularly sweaty gooch, Saffron?
Oh my gosh, such a personal question. We haven't known each other that long.
But yes.
But yes.
Also, coin is not like literally big fat coins. I mean, that's what the name comes from, but that is like the kind of like the bonds that are in the in the banks. Your wealth is probably not these fat coins. There's probably lots of change in a big chest or something, or valuable artworks, or
you can still rub your ass on it. It's fine. Whatever it is.
This antique mace.
Here you go, Friedrich.
The spiked mace.
I'm sure whatever we give to Saffron will come back positively fungal.
Ah, yes. Ah, yes.
Yeah. You'd also, I'm sure, Saffron, you would know this is standard procedure for Duskwall. Like, you wouldn't be taken aback by this.
Yeah, but he's been, he's been, off the grid for a while. So this is a shock to the system. He's been used to making his own money. His money's all his. Like, no one knows what he's doing, so he's not sharing with anyone. So, no, it's certainly, yeah, exactly. Well, anyway.
Not only is your money yours, it turns out that my money is yours.
Oh, no,
it's time for you to pay up.
Sorry, I just gave that to Friedrich to rub his ass on it, I'm afraid.
I'll take it.
You'll have to take it up with Friedrich. He's got a nice, very clean set of money for you.
I'm adding a coin to my character sheet now, and you can't stop me.
Well, it depends where you got it from. Can you add on it that it's been arse rubbed as well, please?
What do you guys think about doing some debt collecting? Because if they've got these taxes to collect from us, surely they've got other taxes from other gangs and other peoples. Maybe we could collect some debts from other people on their behalf.
Not stands just a touch taller than being a debt collector for the Crows, Lorenzo.
Yes, I think it seems to go a bit below our station and abilities. He says, bleeding out on the floor.
Have you not seen Rocky?
No.
That's such a surprise.
I don't know what that is.
What is Rocky? That's some picture show.
That's not your voice, Lorenzo. That's your third accent.
My voice.
Darling, next
I don't know what my voice is. Hey, can you get a reminder? I think it's something like this. Hello?
I don't think it's Borat.
I've got the chair, king of the castle.
I think you need to just be from wherever Milo is from, because you always end up like mimicking his accent.
That's because I've been playing roleplay on a different game recently, and it's very much similar. I do an old man voice for that game, right? So
there you go.
In.
Oh, all right, I see.
But if I just stick with the Christopher
voice an
Walken,
old man voice.
Saffron is an old man, or is he not? Am I wrong?
Oh, sorry, you're taking Saffron's voice. Sorry, I misheard.
Yes.
Yeah, Saffron's very much an old man. Yeah.
Very much so.
Listen to him.
Snapper.
He's walking with a cane.
Actually, So I will have given Silas's coin actually, because the trauma I took all stems. Well, no, it's because you're a terrifying human being. And yeah, so Saffron's traumatized now. That trauma is all to do with violence, I think, because again, been out of the game for a while. We've had first few sessions were pretty light on the violence, but that last one was pretty bad. So his trauma will be all around around excessive violence, which also harkened back to the ill-fated day when he took a band of mercenaries back to Illyria to retrieve his Aruvia, to retrieve another stash after he left there and ended up in the another major battle. Ended up in the death of his brother. So it's definitely called up a lot of that violence. So yeah, any act of violence or not like a punch in the face, but anything significant will trigger the trauma of Saffron's character.
And which of these 8 is it?
There's a trauma chart, is there?
Yeah, in the character sheet, and we can move on to XP actually.
Yeah. But yeah, that's to imply that probably after the heist, he probably would very quickly actually given Silas his coin back for fear of any kind of additional violence. And Saffron's very wary of Silas now in a lot of ways. Maybe
it's haunted.
Haunted sounds right.
Maybe they're kind of haunted by acts of extreme violence. Maybe.
Yeah, that sounds spot on.
Sounds like something you could
have nightmare scenes and everything.
Yeah, you can get XP for breaking down when you see Silas doing Silas things.
Yeah,
Silas doing Silas things.
Fantasy PTSD.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
PTSD.
Maybe.
Well, Saffron, let's do your XP then whilst we're in your sheet.
Lovely. I think so. I think it depends how far the world addressed takes things. Because I definitely addressed the challenge of the ticking box with technical skill, and I definitely addressed the challenge of the guards with mayhem and dashing poison everywhere. It doesn't specify if that addressing means it's successful. That's my question. When it says addressed, does that mean attempted to? Does it have to be successful when you say addressed, or just try to?
I don't think it has to be successful, because that goes against the whole getting XP for desperate actions sort of thing.
Nice. Well, yeah. So I gave myself 2 desperate actions last time into my prowess, and then I would say 2 XP for the playbook for an act of technical skill and an act of mayhem. But no, I didn't express any beliefs. I didn't struggle with my traumas or vice last session either.
Better step your game up, man. Step it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that trauma going on. But yeah, that'll be my my pips.
Still no advancements.
No, I'm one off.
So who wants to go next?
I can go.
Yeah, Sellers.
Hello. Right, I think I did my prowess at the time, because I seem to have 3 pips in prowess.
Yeah,
I only have got last session.
Yeah, I did my pips too.
However, I also certainly addressed a challenge with violence or coercion.
Yes.
Very much so. Is that like double pips? You know, for super addressing it.
No.
Is it?
You were Mikey.
It's a pip. It's a pip per crushed skull, right?
Well, I mean, you did actually address 2 challenges with violence. You got in because you were fighting whilst you were escorting the box,
That is
and you fought to save the your contact. So I think that's at least 2.
There you go. Sweet. I also would say that I struggled with issues from my vice or trauma on account of his primary vice is fighting and losing control. And while it is sort of a bit of a doubly, I wouldn't say that like every time he's in a fight he should consider that addressing his trauma, but taking his rage file and going fucking berserker mode, I think probably does.
He did literally go Mr. Hyde deliberately, literally.
Well,
like
yeah, and I think
motion.
probably as well he's like doesn't have very clear recollection of what happened. So I think that all kind of feeds into his life.
Yeah, I'd say so, and I think the fact that you consciously like played it as if you were losing control, and we had the devil's bargain where I said that you would have killed them. So yeah, I'd say so, and I also think that you expressed your background by chatting to those bluecoats as well.
Yes, that's true. That is true. He did that. He used his background, and I think there was something in there about I forget what it was now. There was something in that conversation that was relevant specifically to his background. I've forgotten what it was that he said now. But yes, certainly made use of his background. So that'll be that's some big pippage. I haven't really scored much. I haven't scored much pippage to date, so that gets me quite close to advancement.
Good catch up. I hadn't realised that was what it meant. That's a good point, actually. Yes, I should try and express that more. The background, especially.
Yeah.
Big pippage.
And don't forget, you can move pippage around. So you could get a playbook advancement if you took one of your attribute pips.
Oh.
Well, in that case, I am going to sacrifice a resolve pip. If it's full, is it complete, or does it need to be full?
No. Yeah, it's full. It's complete.
Well, in that case,
yeah, I might do the same.
Playbook advancement time.
I
had no idea I'd get close.
I'm gonna take a pip out. I'm gonna take a pip out of prowess and fill for my playbook.
Hey! Woo! Woo!
Do you guys need time to think about your special abilities, or?
I will need to start by reading them. Yeah.
All right.
And then also you want to pick one that's thematic, not just mechanical as well.
Yeah. So we just get a new ability from our.
Yes, and character. you can also pick veteran, which means you can take one from another sheet, but that might take more time.
These ones are all about fighting.
Yes. Lorenzo, any XP for you, sir?
I think we said at the end of the last session, we'd address this session if I addressed any challenges with calculation or conspiracy. Which I believe I did, but I can't remember which ones they were.
I think when you found the route to bypass most of the gang war in the sewers.
Using the sewers with my blueprints. Yes. Very clever, very cunning and clever, and quite applicated conspiracy.
Yes. I mean, I'm not going to give you, I don't think, XP every time just because you use your blueprints.
Wow.
Because you used them previously in the mansion, which was kind of like, why would you not do that thing? But I think this time, I think the way that you used them was more calculating.
Yeah, a bit original. I mean, I won't lie, I came up with that on the spot, more or less. 5 minutes before that actually happened, I came up with it.
I mean, that's the game, right? That's the game.
Yeah. Where before I thought I'd have to come up with everything, like, pre-planned, but... so that's 1 XP for that. Which gives me 5 XP on the playbook advancement.
Nice.
You're
going to keep your attribute pipped as they are? 2 and 2.
Can you change them around?
I mean, you could put some into your playbook advancement if you wanted, but
so these were from my downtime, like training a skill, I think, more or less. Like at least half of them were. So I spent 2 downtimes like in like, training that skill particularly.
2 of them were probably from desperate actions.
Yes. Well, I've had 4 desperate actions so far, so I thought that was the playbook advancement that gives you the. Your desperate actions give you the playbook advancement, right? It's 1 XP for each.
No, they go into your insight, prowess, resolve XP.
Oh, okay. Something's gone wrong here then. Okay, yeah. Well, fuck that.
Well, we can do crew XP.
Let's do it.
As well.
Oh, that sounds great.
All right.
I'll go through mine and just
redo Friedrich, you haven't done a score yet.
Wait, so are people advancing their playbooks already?
Yes.
How?
Getting XP and then sacrificing a talent and ability pip.
Oh,
I did a score.
okay.
I was in the first
Oh,
score.
right. So I can just sacrifice. So when it says every time you roll a desperate action, mark XP and that action's attribute, I can just sacrifice that and put that in my playbook instead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I can just keep my playbook advancement as it is.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
If you're doing what I kept doing,
Do that
do that then. Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Right, crew XP then. We executed a successful smuggling job.
It's true. Yeah.
We contended with challenges above our current station, fighting in a war.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah. Bolster our crew's reputation or developed a new one. I mean,
We
we've
did
probably
a
got.
job for a new client.
That's true. We have
Kind of
developed
an
a new
undercover
question
job.
with Lord Suckling, whatever his name is.
Suckling.
Skurlock.
Lovely Lord Suckling Pig.
Yeah, he didn't go to Oxford, so none of that Bullingdon nonsense. I would say you did bolster your crew's reputation.
Sweet.
I think not to bang on about it, but I think Silas's performance in the gang war has drawn quite a bit of attention.
Good and
Probably
bad,
some
yeah.
good and some less good.
Yeah.
But certainly reputation.
Yeah.
What about? I think we touched this last week. What about expressing the inner conflict of the crew? Express such a weird word, but again, I'm starting to interpret that as more like express just means more like, I don't know, engage with or like deal with.
Yeah. So I think
conflict.
I'd like to give you an XP for this because there was a whole bit, and I would know because of when I watched it back to do the YouTube video. There was a whole bit where you're in the boat and Saffron wants to fiddle with the box.
Yes.
And Lorenzo and Silas are like, please don't fiddle with the box. Silas, please tell him to stop fiddling with the box. And Saffron's like, silence your fools.
Pretty sure I also
I'm saving us all.
He did on him at one point.
Did actually, yeah. He did actually. And
While driving the boat, I pull a gun. I pull my palm pistol on Saffron, being like, "Stop fucking around with the fucking crate."
Yeah.
Damn it.
And he was like, "Do it."
Oh yeah.
See, I care.
Olly, when you were
Daring.
when you were uploading the video, did you give this the episode title, "The Box Ticking Exercise"?
Oof.
Oh.
Damn.
I've been sitting on that one for a few minutes now.
I should really float the names choice. Yeah. No, I did I think it was called like "What's That Ticking" or something, but actually it got a lot of views. So
Is that the
It wasn't a
Harry
pipe bomb.
Potter sketch, the puppet show?
Yeah.
What's that ticking noise? What's that pipe bomb?
yeah.
Which Ellis absolutely loves, my son. It's very funny. You show him that video. He fucking loves it.
It
So
is
it's
Good, it's
a
content,
classic.
mate. Content.
It is.
What is it with you and that word today? Are you an influencer now? Are you doing like
Who, me?
brofluencer TikToks now?
Have I said that too much?
It's like the third time you use the word content.
It's just a
Very
filler,
content.
I suppose, isn't it?
It's just there's no definition of content anymore.
Exactly.
Just stuff.
Alex, your content.
I am in a way.
So.
So I'd be also wanting to give you 2 for that because that moment, but then also Saffron having to knock out Silas and sort of the conflict that's going to kind of arise from that, and it may sound too generous. It may sound too generous, chat, but feeling generous today.
I'll take it. It was a big moment. It was a big moment.
It was a juicy sesh.
Yeah.
You don't get much more inter-party conflict than one member of the party having to tranquilize another one.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And you were
like a wild animal.
You were like under pressure from both me and Silas. Like we were trying our hardest to get you to stop, and you just didn't.
If I'm gonna something to tinker with, I'm gonna tinker with it.
Like you had some fucking, obsession with that box.
I was gonna take my screwdriver and explosive crate to it if it didn't if it got any further.
Doing it for the content.
That's it.
Right. So is that all of it? Have you marked that down? There should be
for wanting to stay alive.
There should be 5.
Hardest to stay alive.
I've marked the XP.
Okay.
We're 2 pips off a crew advancement.
All right. So with XP done, we can go into rep. So you got 2 rep, and then you can go plus or minus per tier, lower or higher, but they didn't really enter into it. So just 2 rep.
Great.
Which puts you a max, isn't it?
No, I've just added it now, so we're 2 off still. Next one. Still 2 off.
Still 2 off. Okay. And then coin, so you got your 6 coin.
Yeah, our vault is full, so we're going to have to split that between us again.
Yep. And then obviously pay the tithe.
So down to 5.
Also, we'll take... down to 5, so I'll take 1 coin out of the... So I'm taking a coin off of me then, because I gave that to Silas. So I'm taking a coin off me. Taking a coin out of the vault to go for the tithe. And then we've got 6 left between 5 of us. So we can put 1 more coin. So it's 5 between 5. So everyone then gets 1 more coin. So that's nice and neat. But who's going to hold on to Szaszachel's coin?
I can put it in his sheet.
You put it in his sheet? Go on then.
Oh, that's an elegant solution that no one apparently thought of last time.
Oh, Lorenzo, you still owe Friedrich a coin, by the way.
Silas had to murder 3 people to get his coin back from Saffron.
He does.
It had nothing to do with the score. He just wanted to scare the shit out of Saffron.
How much coin do you have currently, Lorenzo?
I have 0 coin.
That's definitely not right.
Yeah.
You see this coin right here? What does it look like to you?
You haven't spent any, have you?
Exactly. I've got none.
But you must.
Yeah,
Look,
you must.
A good magician doesn't reveal his secrets, okay?
You're just losing money. That's not a magic trick. That's just negligence.
Saffron, he might be deceiving you.
He might be. Wait, that's up to Lorenzo.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's up to Friedrich.
He's saying it in character, so.
It's true. That's true. Well, Saffron doesn't care.
Finders keepers, losers weepers, as they say.
I shan't make a scene. I've been busy the last few days in any case. You enjoy your non-existent riches, Lorenzo. I shall enjoy my carriage clock. That's canon. He has built this model carriage clock, which works, and it has a little,
Go sell that at the local market. See how much that gets you. Any food on the table, eh?
Its value is much more sentimental, Lorenzo, but I wouldn't expect a man of your particular caliber to understand such things.
I'm a very sentimental man.
I like to think it's a spooky Duskfall clock, so it's got like crows and stained glass and
definitely
electroplasm Tesla coil things.
Very electro-gothic in style.
Cool. Well, let's talk about heat.
Oh God.
So you'll be happy to know. You'll be happy to know. I think you only had standard exposure, so 2 heat this time around.
Nice.
I think smooth and quiet it was not, but also it wasn't loud and chaotic. It probably would have been if it wasn't like in the middle of an actual gang war.
Yeah, if that happened like at the party, then yes, that would have been different Kellerfish.
Yes. And it wasn't a high profile target. It didn't happen on hostile turf. You're not at war with another faction. But killing was involved, which is +2 heat. So that does mean it's 4.
Oh, I thought you said it was 2.
Well, it's +2 for killing.
Right, okay, cool. It's, the way you phrased it was like, it's just 2 guys, but also it's 4. Like, that's
well, I think you missed the bit where he explicitly said, if there's death involved, that's another +2.
Well, then why did he start
saying 2
But he started.
2.
I could do the maths, but he started by saying, "You'll be happy to know it's only 2 heat," and ended up it being 4 heat.
That's on me, guys. Sorry, that was should have.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
That's bad.
You know what I mean.
Presentation.
It's just building up suspense, Mikey. It's just trying to.
Or is it just lying to us? You know.
It's my negotiation tactic. It's a shit sandwich. Good news, guys. It's only 2, but it's actually 4. But also, you haven't gone up a wanted level again. So.
Hey! That is
doing well. You're doing well, but you fucked up. But you're doing well.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lorenzo will slip Friedrich a coin, but
oh, nice.
I'll leave him with 1 coin. I've done 2 heists. I feel hard done by.
Did you give yourself your coin for that last one just now?
No.
Well, then do that then, because I have 2 coins, so you should be on 2 coins as well.
Oh, okay.
I have 2 coin now because I have 1 from original.
You might have.
Okay.
I think that you missed the downtime after the Red Sash's HQ score, so you might have missed out on getting the gold. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I have to watch back.
I do feel kind of hard done by with our economical management.
So that's your.
Well, yeah, that was.
Said.
But that was the coin. That was the coin, Ollie. Was that 1 coin that we held on to him for? So.
Okay.
We've given it back to him now, so that's. We shall be even.
Okay.
I hate to see you look sad, Lorenzo, so I'll cheer you up. I've got a 15% discount voucher for a subscription to this magazine.
I always look a bit sad. It's just my face. Someone you call a resting bitch face.
You're getting more and more
It's got Walken again.
More Walken as time goes on. It's my face.
I literally muted myself to channel the fucking actor from Peaky Blinders that is meant to be based off. I always end up slipping into Christopher Walken anyway.
It's the Kalisha Emperor.
I'm trying to do half and half, but it always slips one more side than the other. It's very hard to balance.
If you want to do Adrian Brody, you got to just stick the chin out. Maybe get a toothpick.
Hey, Luca Changretta.
Mr. Shelby. He goes a bit. It's very Godfather, isn't it? His
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's go on to.
If you mix it with the Walken, it's even more fun.
That is true.
Sure is fun.
What are you trying to do? Some sort of weird hybrid accent?
Yes.
This is a roleplay game, sir.
We only do incredibly simple, badly.
Sorry, not everyone can sound like Inspector Campbell, okay?
Oh, that's canon. Yeah, it's like what is it? All the Crims are Northern Irish now. That's,
all the inspectors.
Ollie, sorry, I forgot about our ability. So when you said we got 2 rep, did you factor in our ability leverage, or is that 2 rep? Because we get +1 rep for every rep we get.
I did not, sir.
Ah, so we are at max. We maxed out our rep.
You get +2 or +1?
You get plus whenever you gain. Oh, sorry. Whenever you gain rep, gain +1. It doesn't mean just
I think
the time you gain it.
Be,
okay, fine. All right, fine.
Getting a bit Magic the Gathering over here.
Yeah, all right. Now you say it. 1 pip off maxing up. There we go.
Cool. Right, well, let's do entanglements.
No.
So I'm going to do it right this time. Your wanted level is 0. So I'm rolling 2d6, picking the lowest.
Groovy.
Oh, well, it's not the first time gang trouble or questioning.
Woohoo!
It's reprisals or unquiet dead.
Okay.
So reprisals is enemy faction makes a move against you, pay 1 rep or 1 coin, allow them to mess with yours or fight back. And then unquiet dead, rogue spirit is drawn to you, need whisper or railjack to deal with it, or deal with it yourself. So what do we think sounds appropriate?
I mean, appropriate would be the rival gang.
It rather depends on who these three people who apparently were killed were.
It's true.
Allegedly.
Yes. Well, that's that is quite interesting because I did do some rolls in between sessions.
I love it when he does that.
And the way I did it was I treated it as a failure 1 to 3 was, which is like the worst outcome, is what they were lampblacks. 4, 5, they were red sashes. It's kind of a success with a consequence. And then 6, they were just some random schmuck. And no strings attached, as it were. And I did roll a 3.
Oh no!
So they were indeed lampblacks.
Well, that's interesting.
And also, what I did was, I think I've written it in the notes. Yeah, so in the actual gang war itself, I also rolled for that as well. And let me take you to the clock page.
Not the clock world.
the clock dimension.
Clock realm.
And you can see the red sashes and the lampblacks are back to a dead heat again. Because the red sashes managed to win that gang war against the lampblacks. So Baz is not a happy bunny.
That's
All
kind
things
of fine with
considered,
us.
possibly good for us.
Yeah.
So everyone we killed was red sashes or they were lampblacks?
Well, you didn't really know. But I'm ruling the ones that got beaten to death were lampblacks.
Oh shit, that is bad.
Further lampblacks.
Yeah.
Is there a way that we can profit from this gang war for ourselves? Maybe supply both sides with weapons and arms, ammunition.
I like that plan. That sounds like a very good plan. Do we have enough arms and ammunition to do those kinds of trades, Saffron? Armorer Saffron? Gun shop owner Saffron?
I think you've got me confused with someone else. I've got some lovely drugs. He holds up a bag of drugs.
This is my sack of drugs.
We can talk.
I will take them.
No. I will take them. Blah, 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 blah. No, we would talk to what's his name? Our Perkins. Who's our Perkins? Sarah Perkins. He's an arms dealer, Sarah / Perkins. They would know about the weapons.
Ah, yes. Well, there may be profit in it. Lorenzo has a good point.
It's true.
Well, let's focus on entanglements for now. Try not to get distracted. So, what do we think?
This party.
Yeah.
The reprisals make sense.
The reprisals make sense. We reckon this is a reprisals from the lampblacks, potentially.
Ooh. Wouldn't that imply that Baz has turned against us completely? Which I wouldn't blame him for, but
I don't think he's rash enough to, swear you off. I mean,
but he might demand some form of compensation.
Well, I think as per the rules for reprisals, you pay them 1 rep and 1 coin per tier of the enemy as an apology, or you just let them, like, because it says it makes a move against you or a friend, contact, or vice purveyor, so you can allow them to mess with you and get their own back, or you can fight back.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
It's very cool, isn't it? If I'm honest, just off the top, I feel like losing one. Wait. So 1 rep and 1 coin for
Per tier of them, so which is 2. So it'd be 2 rep and 2 coin.
Oh no, fuck that.
Serious cost. Like narratively,
yes.
there's loads of paths that could come out of them fucking up some aspect of our operation.
Yeah, so we're not really
war seems like a bit of a
a bit of a stretch.
A big move. Big boy.
Especially as the Lampblacks are kind of the people we'd like to almost install, or looking to install at the top in our favour. There'd be quite a lot of enemies.
Our first sort of enablers, weren't they?
Yeah. Otherwise, all we left is the crows, and they are the current power. We definitely don't want to be building their power up. So we need to keep the Lampblacks on side a little bit. But I don't want to lose 2 rep. But it also doesn't make. I don't like the idea of just letting them. Seems we're just letting them mess around with us. Seems a bit.
Well, is there someone who you think they would go after, who you're connected to, or are one of you willing to?
All right, no, you're
take
right.
it on the chin.
Yep, I am very willing to let them mess with Szaszachel.
Yeah.
I'll
blame it on the cult.
The cultists,
That's true, actually.
That's what the cultists are there for. They're just a target.
Everybody
hates religion.
This is going to be tricky at this point, but we were developing an overarching plan to want to frame. What's his name? Inspector. Is there any way we can start in this instance that process by trying to almost push their ire onto the inspector somehow, doing something to, or is that too complex at this stage? I feel like, if somehow we're able to take, is there any way to kind of almost
flashback, Saffron, flashback?
He did it. Do you know what I mean?
I think for a lot of these entanglements, it gives you the option to let your contacts and your friends take the hits, because it's known that you are connected to them.
Yeah.
They would know that you are not well connected to Inspector Campbell at all, and you're like probably sworn enemies, and the inspector's being incredibly uncorruptible as well.
It's fair. It's fair. I'm trying to think of it. We didn't really use for the last contact. Did we use any of our? I tried to use my surrogate daughter figure, but not to any real success. I don't think she was that actually connected, Stasia, with the heist last go. And definitely wouldn't let her mess with her. So that would definitely be a act of aggression.
Well, that's a good point, actually. Chat saying, what about Sergeant Belk?
Belk?
Yeah. Silas's mate.
Silas's vice purveyor.
Excuse me, chat. What's up?
Hey, you leave chat alone. You leave chat alone.
I can get fucked.
Wow.
You got to offend our only viewer, please.
Yes.
It's Milo's friend anyway, so he has the right. Look at him standing eating a Magnum on my role-playing show.
Remind me of Belk's role in this so far.
Well, I mean, he's not really had a role so far. He didn't have a role in that score at all, but...
He's a blue-coat sergeant who runs the fighting ring that Silas likes to party at. Well, which would make sense.
I think maybe if the Lampblacks were like... So I think the two options I see are the Lampblacks who might own the patch that the fighting pit's on, so maybe they turf out Sergeant Belk and are like, you're no longer welcome to do business here, clear out because your mates fucked up my mates, kind of thing.
It does feel appropriate that Silas does, or at least something connected to Silas does take the heat for it. Does seem appropriate.
Or because they were killed outside of that culty shop, maybe they reprisal on them, which will make Szaszachel and Lord Skurlock not very happy, but that could be. That could be.
I like that one better.
The downside being Szaszachel's not here to fight his own corner.
I like it, but it does feel a bit.
Be.
Yeah, it's his fault for turning a new age.
I know, disgusting.
It also wouldn't be great for Friedrich on account of the next thing he was going to try and do for the Scarab was trying to get more information out of Skurlock and/or his kind of obscure magical contact. But hey.
Yeah, I both sound really good. I think it's as tough as it is. It's a bit tricky to do that when they're not here, and I do think it just makes more sense for the more obvious one is the stuff with Silas and the fight. But that does actually gel quite well, and it's not too bad. It's not like it's absolutely horrendous.
Well, I agree with your sentiment.
Yes,
and accept that we can do that.
Yeah,
I would just like the team, our little group here, just for one moment to imagine that it's Saffron's contact that's going to be annihilated, and imagine what Saffron's response would be in this situation.
While going to shovel your face down with a magnum, you did miss the discussion.
I was listening.
I did say technically his the character which is last session, what was my name? Stasia, who's his surrogate daughter. Yes, if they were to go and attack or do something, yes, that would be. This sounds less violent. It sounds more it's literally just just get out of your patch. Is all I'm saying.
I think it makes sense.
But no, agreed. It's not something that is lightly taken.
There's a certain symmetry to it in that we got some benefits in terms of rep as a direct result of Silas being a very publicly bloodthirsty, very skillful, bloodthirsty, maniacal killer. So we might also have a bit of a downside as a result of everyone seeing him do the murders.
Yeah.
There'll be more murders now.
Really?
There'll be more murders now. Blah, 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 blah.
Can Silas actually eat magnums in universe?
I think he's eating a mushroom magnum. And they're like Silas,
that sounds horrible.
Silas, your mate Sergeant Belk's been thrown out of the fighting pit and beaten to within an inch of his life. What do you have to say for yourself?
Probably sucks.
Yeah.
I like an Auburn Magnum.
This city just chews up and spits everybody out. I suppose it was Belk's time.
Well, I mean that ends that the kind of the admin. So we can move on to downtime activities, and you will have to find a new vice purveyor at this stage.
Oh, shit. That is a good point.
Stylish Templeton.
Well, that's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean that's probably the biggest problem about this whole situation. I've been looking, and I don't think you need to do anything to find any vice purveyor, but apart from pick one from the book, or if you want to make one up.
I'll have a look. If you guys do your downtime activities, I will have a little look.
So I have just a very funny thing. So the ability I want to take is Artificer.
Yeah.
Artificer. Which looks complex. Is my only concern.
Love it.
It'll make you laugh because when it looks about inventing and crafting, you go to the book where it says about things you can craft, and the first sample thing you can craft is a flamethrower.
That's the example they use, yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's a good example. I quite like it. It speaks to me. But no, yeah. So that's what I'm going to do. So I just need to maybe if you go back in your mind while we're discussing here, I'd like to, in my downtime, start creating something, but I don't understand yet what that is. So I'll let Elko go first, and then I'll try and figure something out in the meantime.
Yeah, and this is specifically if it has Sparkcraft features.
Yes, which I thought was quite appropriate from the last heist as well. So I'm going to try and craft something Sparkcrafty.
Yeah, and you begin with one special designer in it. Well,
yes.
So that means that now I must go and learn all about crafting rules as well.
Well, that's why I didn't. Yeah, that's why I like it. But I'm going to try and do what we can, or maybe you have to figure something out of session because I don't want it consume the entire time. But that's part of it.
All right. So you want to do crafting as your first downtime, or you want to do something else?
Yeah, I'll probably do something boring. I need to. Actually, no, I don't need to heal because I got the trauma. I guess I want to help. I'll probably use it. I want to use a downtime to help reduce heat.
You are still harmed.
Yes, good point. Yeah. I assume I need to get rid of some harm. Yeah.
All right. So you go to a doctor.
Lovely.
Do you know this doctor at all, or?
Oh, I think given his age, his doctor deals with more like yearly checkups of the bits you get checked when you get certain ages.
Monthly.
Yeah. Monthly, exactly. So he knows a doctor. I don't know if he's the most experienced with like actual physical wounds, but I assume he's got to have a pretty good understanding. So yeah, he knows a guy.
Yeah. Is he young or old like you, or?
He's older. He definitely doesn't. He doesn't trust his young bucks. He's someone who's not super old, but established.
I see. So yes. Yeah. Maybe this guy was had a great career as a doctor, and then refused to retire and ended up mutilating a patient, and now he's kind of fixing you up, and he's saying, well, of course, when they said I was drinking, but of course I'd only had a few drops, and next thing you know, I closed my eyes to rest, and I snapped that young man's veins. But I've told you this before, Saffron.
I sympathise. I find my best work when I'm completely inebriated. It's never held me back before. Never caused an issue. So no, I've always respected you, Doctor Bradfirst.
No, he's not one of your characters.
Damn it.
Dr. Bradfirst. Let me find a name.
Dr. Bradfirst does sound like a porn name. I'm gonna say. Morriston
sounds suitably.
Yes.
Sort of that someone who would be a doctor for a long time. And he says, "Well, yes, quite right. And you'll try and tell the board of doctors that these days, They would kick you out as well, Saffron, even though you were doing your best work at your fine age."
Yes. I know. Well, I respect you.
And I think as he's talking to you, he's like, maybe he's like, when dentists are like push too hard and they don't,
Yeah.
because they're too busy talking to you, and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Ow.
So, let me just see what you need to roll for that. Unless somebody knows already. No? Okay. So, your healer rolls, and then you mark a number of segments on the healing clock.
Lovely. My own... Oh, yes, here we go, the healing clock. Yes. What do you roll?
Oh, well, actually, hold the phone.
Hold the phone?
If none of you have a contact who is a physiker, you'll need to acquire an asset to get one.
Oh.
I don't have a contact anymore, thanks to chat.
You've got a rival? Right. Well, we'll just waive that for now. Maybe you can. We'll just see what happens. So
yeah, so it's just our contact, just a regular old bod.
Yep. So I'm going to do a fortune roll. So you can increase their tier by paying them coin.
The tough thing is I don't really know what the success levels are like here. Like, it's that tough thing of like, obviously I want this to be successful because I'm pretty wounded.
Yep.
So I don't know if do you have a ballpark of what the likelihood to heal anything is?
So you'll need to heal your full clock.
Uh-huh.
Which means you'll need to get a. So if you roll a 6, it's only 3 segments, and a critical is 5. So, yeah, more dice would be good.
All right, I'll pay a coin to get healed. It's quite important, I'd say.
Okay, so I'm going to roll two dice then.
Groovy.
It is a 6, so it's 3 segments off your clock.
And is this contact now established, or is that coin now like a permanent investment, or is that a one-off kind of?
So let me just see a quiet asset. Okay, so actually the act of, I think this is quite confusing. So I think healing is a sub group of a quiet asset if you don't already have a healer. So that downtime is a quiet asset.
Okay.
So.
But he still gets his healing clock pieces as a result.
Yes, and actually, it's your crew's tier, +1. So actually, I should have rolled just the 1, but I'll take your first dice, which is still a 6.
I'll take it.
And it actually says 2 coin per additional tier as well, but whatever.
Wow, healing is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a multi-stage process.
Yeah.
As compared to, like, for example, D&D. You just sit down and you feel better.
Yep. Okay, yes, you heal 3 segments, not enough to heal your wounds.
Not even a little one.
No, you have to fill the whole clock for your harms to come down.
And what would that do? Just one of the harms, or clear a whole level, or?
It clears a whole level, so all the levels move down 1.
That's pretty good.
You get +1 dice if you use the asset again. So Dr. whatever we called him, Dr. Morrissey, if you use him again, you now get +1 dice.
But that would be another. So is he now an established asset? So we can now use him in the future.
Yes, I believe so.
Should I add him as a clever friend on my sheet?
No, we'll just well, yeah, you can do.
Dr. Morrissey. It was a better name you gave him. I can't remember what it was. Morriston. Cool. Okay, well, yeah, I assume using him again now would be another downtime activity, right?
Yep.
I'm just going to choose not to get hurt in the next heist.
Okay, but you are going to have 1 less effect, because you're...
Oh, fucking mother, son. Wow. Tough, yeah.
I think that's flavorful. Like, Saffron, in the next heist, Saffron is going to, have a cane and be hobbling.
He already was. Less effect is what? Less effect on...
Every time you do an action, standard effect becomes limited. Limited becomes no effect.
I think it's
because we usually have limited.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. So it won't really affect us, really, would it? Because we're always fucking terrible anyway.
No, it will affect you significantly because limited becomes nothing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Every time you might have done a bit alright before, you'll now do nothing at all.
However, if we continue to roll how we did last time, it will actually make no difference because
exactly.
we achieved
I'll be awesome. I'd rather get this tinkering thing. I think it's appropriate that he's not in a good way for the next heist, to be honest. So that's fair.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So sorry that took so long, but we have a doctor now.
Yeah.
Who is next?
Lorenzo or Friedrich? Lorenzo can go. Let's have the people who were on the heist get to do their stuff first. Besides, Friedrich's plans are not very exciting, I'm afraid. You're muted, Loz.
I was not muted, it just wasn't working. Thank you very much.
Soz.
Hello.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Brr.
Hey.
Brr.
Right. Go on. Downtime.
Downtime. I'm gonna work on my family moider knowledge.
Okay.
I'm gonna investigate that avenue of inquisition like a Detective Wacken would do. That is all.
Yes.
I'm going to do some stress relief as well. I'm going to go gamble.
The many faces of Lorenzo Vincetti. Which backstory was correct?
Look, he's a Leviathan ship quartermaster of a mafioso family related to Christopher Wacken. Who happened to be a great uncle. I'm going to go check out the casino.
That's true, yeah. Your family is dead, and apart from your mum, who is actually fine. She's apparently she's joined a gardening group. She's thriving, really.
She knits me some handmade sweaters every now and then.
Right,
I'm gonna go play blackjack for my stress relief.
Okay.
The gambler, Helen is the owner of the casino.
Mm-hmm.
Helena?
Helene.
No,
I don't know.
Okay, Helene.
Alright, what do you...
I don't know which casino she owns, but...
Probably say in the book. What action are you taking to indulge?
Let me have a look. Where does it say that? Which page is the vices at? Here we go. Stress relief. Indulge the vice. See which action?
Yeah.
So, resolve, I assume? Some gambling.
You need an action, not an attribute. You needed a specific thing to roll.
Here.
Gambling would be, don't know, finesse, or it depends. Like, it could also be like consorting if it's the more social side of it that he gets the kick out of.
I guess it'd be study. He likes blackjack because he's able to count the cards, right? So study makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's do a study.
Study.
What's the position on that?
It doesn't matter. Just do standard, risky standard or something.
Risky standard.
Hey, nice.
Nice.
So you cleared.
Lady Luck is truly smiling today.
Wait, where is it? Indulging vice. Arg, where is it? Wait, have I just done this completely wrong?
Don't you just lose as many as you rolled?
So you roll your weakest attribute rating, which I'm assuming is you've got 1 dice in anyway. Lawrie, is that right?
My attribute is insight, prowess, and resolve attributes, are they?
Yeah. So you probably roll your lowest, which is
What
insight.
determines-
So actually,
What determines them being weakest? The one I have least pips in.
so your first column are your kind of attribute dice. So yeah, so you would have had to roll 1 dice anyway for insight.
Yes.
So we've done that right.
Okay.
Then we'll see how much. So rather than go, so you reduce stress by 6. How much stress did you actually have?
I had 6.
Oh, blinded. So you actually cleared all your stress.
There we go.
Nice.
First good dice I roll, and it's in a game of chance.
Yeah, nice.
What are the odds?
What are the odds?
What are the odds on that one?
He says, knowing exactly what the odds are because you've been counting the cards.
There are daggers in men's smiles.
Yeah.
Especially mine. I think we'll find.
I think,
Hey, my lady.
I think because you cleared all of your stress, you managed to like play the whole night through and sort of nobody picks up on your card counting at all.
Classic.
Classic.
Textbook fucking Lorenzo there.
Yeah.
He's probably, charmed up one of the women barmaids at the bar and taken her home too. The little fox, the sly fox he is.
Well, that's not his vice, is it?
No, but it's a... he rolled well, so it is. It's a bonus.
Okay, cool. So, yeah.
Hey, how's it going?
Nice. So
Pretty lady.
Silas?
Silas is going to go down to his new favourite place in town, which is the docks. Where,
is it?
Yes.
Many pleasures to be found at the docks.
Many pleasures to be found at the docks, but in particular, someone named Grist runs boxing at the docks. Silas probably acquired this new contact through his pugilist friend Marlene, who he knows from the pits, and he heads down to do some more fighting, having not had enough taste of fighting this week. But I think when he gets there and he signs up to his next bout, he just doesn't have it. He's just not got it in him. There's no real fight in him, and instead of spending his time kicking the shit out of little runts, he just gets beaten up and just is in, I think, in a bit of a stupor, coming to terms with what he's done. And not that I think he's especially not deeply remorseful, but I think it takes a huge toll to go so kind of all out, kind of mentally and physically, that he's just getting the shit kicked out of him basically, and then gets drunk and stumbles home, calls it a night.
Well, roll me and see, because actually something might happen
We'll see.
before you do stumble home.
Okay, we'll see. All right, so I roll my lowest, which will be resolve. 1 whole dice.
Nice, you clear 5 stress.
5 stress. That's good, because he did not have a lot of room left on the stress counter.
Yeah, nice. And I think as you're stumbling home, maybe as the brightness of the moon has waned, and the dusky, intermittent grey sky of daylight is coming over Crow's Foot, a figure approaches you from one of the alleyways, and you recognise the second in command of the Lampblacks, Pickett.
Oh.
And he walks up to you and he says, "Hey, Templeton. Looks like somebody finally got you back for what you did to our boys, huh? Or did you let them do that?"
Kids, is it? Yes, I've had quite an evening already. What do you want?
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we're all now on the same page. Word has spread that you took out a few of our guys, not in a very pretty way. So we had to go and talk to your friend Sergeant Belk. But we're all cool now, right?
Oh yes, Pickett, we are all absolutely cool. It's a shame that Sergeant Belk had to take the fall for what I think we can all agree is a transgression on the Lampblack's side. Don't believe your boys had any business messing in our operation, but, well, they won't be telling anyone, will they?
Well, the funny thing is, if you'd have just come to us and let us do that to your face, would have saved old Belky. But never mind. I actually
don't you worry, Pickett. I'm sure that time will come.
And he just like starts a really annoying, grating, like laugh that just makes you really want to punch him in the face. And he says, I didn't follow you here just for some chit chat. I wanted to inform you that Bazzo's on the warpath now after what happened in the fight in Crow's Foot. He wants to finish off the Red Sashes, mess him up real good. He's ordered me to find a way to hit him where it hurts, so I thought maybe you and your crew would be interested in working with me on this. The money's good, and we'll be able to stick it to those Eruvians where the sun don't shine.
Well, I suppose we could let bygones be bygones if it's beneficial to everyone involved. I do happen to hold a particular distaste for the Red Sashes, so I think the crew will hear you out.
Wonderful news. Well, I got some ideas, so when you patch yourself up, maybe come and have a chat. We can set up a plan of attack.
Silas just spits a goblet of blood on the floor and says, Yeah. Speak to you in the morning then, I suppose. And stumbles off.
All right, sleep tight.
Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Don't let the big man bite.
Except they will, because there's a lot of bed bugs in Duskfall. We have a real problem here.
And if you don't get the bed bugs, you got the bed mushrooms.
Olly, was that accent Roll Crown Review band member number 3?
Yeah, it's the Bostonian crewman.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Who's next then? I think Friedrich did.
I think there's only Friedrich left on the list.
Yeah.
Well, Friedrich, while in between kind of hobby sessions building his clock, has been taking acting and elocution lessons at the Doskval Academy of the Performing Arts, with the specific kind of objective of basically becoming a bit more of a showman and a bit more of a developing his silver tongue a little bit, and along the way just kind of listening, keeping an ear out for anyone who might be a lead on esoteric artifacts that he has interest in, but mainly, you know, just kind of standing in a circle doing kind of emotion exercises and things like that. So he's training. One of his things is training again in sway, or rather in resolve, because you train an attribute, right?
Yes.
But I have to roll for that, right? I have to roll to train.
No, just mark an XP.
Cool. So I've been doing some trust falls and you know, kind of getting in touch with his various inner characters. But along the way, as I said, not very exciting or novel, but along the way he has been progressing his long-term project, and trying to gather more information about the Scarab of Szachachel. Now, the first idea I had of how he would do that was going back to Lord Scurlock, because I think he really wanted to bring up the topic with Scurlock, because that was where we met Scurlock. Scurlock was sort of like, oh, maybe I do know about the Scarab, or maybe I don't. You'll have to come to my house to find out. Bye.
Accurate representation.
And then the meeting at the house was very much all business all the time, so we didn't get to talk Scarab. So as long as it is, I don't want to meta here, but as long as there is progress to be made by going back to speak to Scurlock, Friedrich makes a meeting with Scurlock, makes a date with Scurlock to chat Scarab.
So I think you go back to the house, Scurlock Manor. You knock on the door, and the elderly ghost answers. And informs you, the master is not at home.
That is most disappointing. Wir hatten eine Verabredung. We had an appointment to talk over whiskey. I brought some lovely whiskey to share with him. Does he really not have time for me, my good man? And you say,
the master is not at home. You may leave your calling card if you wish.
Oh shit, I should have had cards made. I forget every time. No, Friedrich totally has a card. Yeah, I mean, well, I'm most disappointed, but of course, I will leave my card with you. You can find me at the Damned Emporium, and I'll leave this bottle of whiskey for your master to enjoy when he returns. Tell him it's compliments of Friedrich von Haig, on the hope that we can have further delicious conversation on the topic of the Scarab of Szachachel. He pulls out a little silver business card case out of his waistcoat pocket, whips out a lovely card, and tries to hand it to the ghost. Presumably it falls on the floor. Is he corporeal?
I think they can choose to be physical, otherwise they can't interact with the physical word, but I imagine he just doesn't even notice as you put the card through his hand and it just falls to the floor. But you know, maybe you just put it on a little side table, like a little bowl that's a little key bowl.
Just politely just crouches down, picks it back up, just kind of places it.
I should just put it here for you. Auf Wiedersehen. I think as well, if you go to the gentleman's club that you met him at, I think the other sort of lords inform you that Lord Skerlock is actually very rarely attends and doesn't talk much about his own business at all, so they don't really know much about him. But if you wish, you may do your long-term project there instead.
Yeah, I guess he'll drown his slight disappointment sorrows with a few glasses of the more expensive brandy.
Yes. And maybe in a future downtime you can force Szaszachel to hook you up with Skerlock and make him squirm even more so.
Yes, that sounds fun. Yeah, okay. So Friedrich has a few chats with some more upper class artifact enthusiasts, and attempts to zero in on his final lead that he had on, roughly the kind of last known location of the scarab, who might have it. So this one I do have to roll for, right? Because that tells me how many bits of the clock I get.
Yep.
And I'm going to go survey because this is gathering information about opportunities. I feel like from the GM's perspective, the little tooltip that describes all of the pretty wide variety of interpretations of each of these skills. I mean, it's a powerful tool, right? Alright, here we go. Position.
So I think this sounds more like consort.
I don't think it does.
Because survey. I
guess it's
not.
I mean,
it's not.
It literally says gather information about opportunities or exploits. But okay, if you say,
I believe surveying is done with the eyes, not the mouth usually.
Oh well, you obviously haven't done any polling. Anyway, yeah, we'll do consort. I haven't got any pips in that, so this is not going to go very well.
You can pick something else if you want, but
I don't even have many pips in most things. So
if you wanted to survey, you could always we could find a way to explain why you're surveying.
Yeah, I didn't really narrativize any of the research that I had before, but beyond just talking to people, I guess. Maybe I got my hands on some what's the word? Like auction records from an auction house in a posh bit of the city, which one of my contacts had suggested might include records of sale for a bunch of items, one of which sounded like it might be the scarab, but also might not be. And I could be surveying by attempting to kind of rifle through all these records, maybe go to the library and compare them to some other sources, see if I can puzzle out a better lead from this and find out perhaps one of the last people to whom it was sold.
Yeah, and I can also imagine like survey is you could go to like attend auctions of weird artifacts and things, and yeah.
At which I might buy a thing. Can I spend one of my coin on a thing? That I would then have and maybe be able to trade for something, or okay, I'll come back to that. We can flash back to that maybe. Anyway, all right. So let's roll survey. It's controlled.
Yeah.
And standard. It's not good.
No, I mean that's
it's a 0 roll.
I think you get how much do you get? You probably still get a pip. Yeah, 1 segment for 1 to 3.
I'll take that. So like, we go to a bunch of auctions, get some more records, and then this kind of little scene finishes with Friedrich in his kind of bunk or whatever, in his room in the Emporium hideout, just with a whale oil lamp on, drinking cup after cup after cup of coffee, mushroom coffee, poring over these documents and like making notes and getting increasingly frustrated, and then eventually like 4 in the morning he finally kind of finds a record of a sale of an item that roughly resembles the scarab but might not be it, and he's now got to track down the person that did that sale for the final segment.
Yeah, nice.
He passes out, head on the desk.
Nice. Cool. And also, I can tell you what 4 a.m. is in Duskbowl language.
Please.
It is. Hang on. 6. It is the hour of coal.
Somewhat appropriate in that you get coal at Christmas if you've been bad.
I don't know. It's got so the hours, sort of the nighttime hours, all have their own special name.
Like in Game of Thrones.
Cool. Well, we're going back around to Saffron, and also Saffron, I should inform you. Now you have a trauma. If you don't indulge your vice, you take stress equal to your trauma. But
is that another downtime activity has to be taken?
Well, you'd have to indulge your vice, but to be honest, your chances of overindulging are 100%. So that's probably worse than taking 1 stress.
I was thinking. I mean, so not to backtrack the last one. Surely there is some way of self-healing. I was thinking they're not like Saffron locking himself in a room with just all the mad drugs he has. I did read somewhere you can make your own healing rolls. I'm wondering if I can mix the two together, like indulge my vice to try and heal myself, if that even makes sense, or if that's just a bit mad.
You can heal yourself if you've got the Physica.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Thing.
Cool. So I would need to use another downtime activity to indulge my vice.
Yes, but as I was saying, you're on 0 stress, so I wouldn't do that.
Cool. And there was the consequences taking stress for the trauma.
One stress per trauma, yeah.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Lovely. Okay, well, I have an idea about my invention, and there is a kind of script in the crafting thing, so we can at least try it and maybe pick it up a bit later if it doesn't quite pan out.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to craft, and this is quite good because it's kind of playing into a few things. So yeah, Sparkcraft, and I will now I'm an artificer. I have this design already. So it's gonna. I want to create either some kind of. I'm thinking either like some assistance for Saffron, being an older person, being low mobility. Either some kind of like super powered, like wheelchair type device, or some kind of like artificial leg braces or something that amplifies his movement and abilities. In an ideal world, I am thinking some kind of cool sit-on vehicle with fucking like blow gun darts that pop out the side and all kinds of shit like that. Might be a bit complicated.
Powered by Ghost, no less.
Yes, potentially. So that's what I would like to create.
Mm-hmm.
So, and again, in this game, you can kind of create anything as long as GM doesn't panic and say no. So yeah, it depends whether. So I'm thinking like some kind of like basically I'm making like a wheelchair type device or a mobile device that can help with his movements and also give us protection as well. I don't want to just create something that just like gives me the ability to move properly again. I don't want to just overcome the kind of limit I set at the start. It will hopefully amplify as well. Maybe it's a bit protective because it's kind of like almost like a little metal cage over him, and it's potentially I'll have the ability to add gadgets to it that can have like things that shoot out of it and stuff like that to make it a bit of a mini little tank type thing. That's what I want to create.
Okay, well I'm going to start a clock for the chassis, and then you can always add stuff to it.
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So how many?
So wheelchair. I'm going to call it the wheelchair of pain.
Yep, sounds good.
Metal.
Because it fits the fact that he's all wounded and now he's also quite nervous about being hit as well. So it's kind of giving a bit of protection and a bit of mobility. It ties quite narratively in quite nicely, I think.
Can it have chariot wheel blades?
It definitely will be able to at some point. That's kind of what I'm thinking of. It's going to amplify his attack abilities as well. So yes, so let's do that then. How long till that's kind of?
Well, I've set you a 4-segment clock. So roll me an action to work on it.
So I will tinker.
Cool.
Which is the main thing. It says here you need to set a minimum quality. I'm just looking at the script in crafting. I was supposed to ask what the minimum quality level is for this.
Well, let's do a long-term project, just doing the actual chair itself, and then you can always craft the gadgets to attach to it, and we can base it on that.
Sounds good. All right, here we go. Yeah, let's get this moving. Well, let's say tinker, position, controlled, I assume.
Yeah.
Although, unfortunately, effect is going to be...
It's fine. Yeah, you're not gonna. Yeah, don't worry. I think the effect stuff is going to be just in the score. So.
Okay, cool. So standard effect or?
Yeah.
Great. And then so if this is crafting, I can. If this is the crafting, is what I'm confused by. I can put coin into it to make it better in a crafting roll. 1d6. Oh, sorry. If I'm actually crafting at this point, or is this the long-term project progressing?
Yeah, so this is the long-term project. Yeah.
Okay, right. Okay, fine. So we get to crafting. That's when I'll start doing gold and tinkering and stuff. Okay, cool. So I'll just roll that and see what we get. Cool. 5. Seems nice.
So 5 is 2 segments, so you're halfway there.
Great. Cool. Okay.
Not nice. Bad. And don't forget to take a pip of stress for.
Yeah, I added that. I think. No, I didn't know. Yeah, good shout. There we go.
All right. Cool. All right then. Who was next? Was it Lorenzo was next?
Yes.
Then what are you doing?
I'm going to work on my family murder knowledge.
Alright, so I just need to do an action roll for that.
I'm going to go to my... I went to Salia last time, the information broker for the Vincetti mafioso. Will I be able to go do it to her again? Would she have new knowledge, do you think?
She could do.
Do you remember her accent?
I mean, I'm not. I feel like having to speed this along a little bit. So.
But it was generic Italian woman.
Yes. My energy. I think I'd had enough sleep last night to do all the characters again. But.
Position.
Yeah, standard. Risky standard.
Controlled?
Yeah, it's all fine. For downtime activities, it doesn't matter what your position and effect is. Unless I specifically say. But that's that's not a great roll.
No. I stroll up into her abode. I already trip in the door frame. I'm like trying to put my hand on the thing, and I'm like, how's it going, madame? It's been a long time, no see.
I think she just doesn't have much more information for you. She was too busy. She was too busy making, pasta for your mother, making sure she's looked after. Because you're not.
I've not seen my mother in a while. Maybe you could let me know where she lives. I'd love to know that information.
She does not want to see you, Lorenzo. She says Lorenzo is dead to me now.
But what have I done wrong? My nana, my very own mother, does not want to see me.
He changes his accent like he drinks different waters.
Listen, I've been through a lot, okay?
Also, you just called her Nonna, which is grandmother, so she's even more offended.
She's not even related, so it's fine.
Wait, what?
I don't know. Listen, I've been through a lot.
Which murdered family are you looking? Is it your family?
My whole family's been murdered.
Mysterious guy.
Yeah.
Murder on the streets of Duskval.
My name is
untolerated.
My name is Colin Robinson. I pretend to be Lorenzo. Makes me feel cool.
Hey, Peter Parker.
Peter Parker?
I don't know. It's like the goblin, I suppose. I don't know. That was a shit roll, okay?
It was a shit roll. A shit sandwich.
It's not the greatest.
A shit Italian beef sandwich.
It's not what you want. You don't want shit in your Italian beef sandwich, that's for sure.
Yeah.
You don't want Italian shit in your Italian beef sandwich.
Actually, I met an Italian American who was from Chicago and lives in the UK now. And I asked her about Italian beef sandwiches, and she was like, "Well, I'm actually Italian, so." And I was like, "Whoa there." The bear made me think all Italians worship these sandwiches, but clearly not. Clearly not. Anyway.
So, it's a flat-out failure. She doesn't give me any information whatsoever.
You got one segment, so you're halfway there.
Whoa.
Okay. What juicy gossip does she reveal to me?
I don't know.
Nothing today.
When your clock's done, then I will write your whole.
You're not gonna tease me a little bit.
Your whole backstory plot. Don't worry. Be assured, when the segment is full, then the juiciest reveal will happen for the time. One day we will know, and maybe it was Lord Skurlock. Maybe pit you all against Szaszachel.
I should really go back and watch that episode. The Skurlock fella seems to have a hold on everyone.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, you went there. Maybe it was Silas after a rage potion. Yes, maybe it was actually. That would have been juicy. That's some inner conflict.
Oh no.
Silas.
I've sworn a vendetta, so Silas would have to die.
Maybe that was because Silas used to go too hard on his arrests.
Well, that would be spicy.
He could have been like, "These guys are going to get out. I know they are. In a year's time."
Yeah, but that'd be fucked because I'd have to kill him then. Like,
you'd have to try to kill him.
Yeah, he stole my line.
I mean, yeah, but it's either me or him at that point, It's a very.
It sure is one of those.
Very narrow avenue from that point.
Lorenzo in his head has not seen what the others have seen, and he's like, "Yeah, I can take it.
Look, Silas, you won't see what's coming when I come for you. That's the. Or you won't see who's coming, or know who's coming.
Wow.
He's got his blueprints in hand. He's coming for you.
I've got my sewer knowledge of the whole city, mate. You better watch those sewer crates.
Pop out of the nearby sewer with a stolen blow dart.
It's a scheme all over again.
You know the blowpipe is the OP weapon of Duskval.
I'll just send Saffron in the sewers for the blowpipe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Saffron's scared of him, scared of Silas. So.
What's that game? That board game you play? It was the chef in the kitchen with the butcher knife.
Oh, Cluedo.
Cluedo. It's like the most fucked up form of Cluedo, Victorian Cluedo.
Yeah.
The Saffron in the sewers with the blowpipe.
in the rocket powered wheelchair.
Every time he mentions this wheelchair, it has a new feature. The
electric...
Wi-Fi connected wheelchair.
Yes. The Nespresso wheelchair.
Strava fucking integrated wheelchair.
It's got seat warmers as well. It's got bum warmers.
It better be collapsible as well, otherwise it's going to be heavy load each time.
It's got a concealed rifle in the arm.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah.
And a flamethrower in the other.
All right. Silas, second downtime.
That was a roller coaster.
I suppose someone should try and reduce heat.
Yes.
Boring.
Oh,
no.
Well, that's fine then. Okay, no, that's fine. Can Silas save his...
No, I agree with you. You should.
No, shut up, Saffron. You've got it. You've got it now.
I knew I'd wind you up.
You had it and you lost it.
Peer pressure you out of it.
This is the wrong way to apply peer pressure. It doesn't help you.
I never got it right.
Can I save my downtime action until after we know what the job for the lampblacks is?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
So there is a reasoning to this, which is the entire acquire asset downtime activity is rather predicated on knowing what kind of asset you might need to acquire. Mm-hmm. So it would make sense that should you want to get require a vehicle or the services of a specialist, you would know what you would want them for.
Mm-hmm.
And that's quite difficult to do if we completely separate the downtime activities from our next activity. Maybe you might be different if we're going to kill Campbell or something. But I wonder if that might make sense. You could say no, as you already have.
No, I don't think there's any hard and fast rule, really. We can say that you save that until afterwards. So maybe we'll do Friedrich's second one, and then we'll do the meeting with the Lampblacks, and then we'll do Silas's last one.
Oh, Friedrich already did both of his.
Oh, you trained and you long-term projected. Okay, nice. Well, then let's go.
Olly, can I say? I think we should pick it up afterwards because it is a complex. I don't think I should be having a wheel for this. I think I should. Because literally once I know the recipe, in that downtime, I could create a flamethrower. So using a downtime action, I should be able to craft something using a roll instead. The wheel will be used for learning the recipe, but I already have the recipe. So don't want to do it now because of time and stuff. But I think theoretically I should be able to use that downtime to craft something, having already had the lesson. So maybe we'll just do it off on DMs, figure out what it is, and then say we crafted. I wouldn't be. I have now crafted a wheelchair with a flamethrower, with the jet, with all the stuff. But I should be able to craft something substantial, at least to have.
Okay.
Now, that is my understanding anyway from looking at it.
A wheelchair.
Okay.
Yes, it might just be.
You've made
hopefully
a wheelchair.
Okay.
Hopefully with a little bit of jazz to it, which will be added later.
I'm happy to say you put some wheels to a chair, and we can.
We'll pick it up offline because again, if someone crafts a flamethrower in their downtime, I'm hoping I can create something at least a little jazzy, using one downtime action. But we'll.
Yeah. I need to look into this.
Whackers in the wheel spokes.
Yes.
A beer match in the spokes.
Yeah, let's research more.
I will research more because obviously, sort of unwittingly saying you have a flamethrower probably brings opens a can of worms that I'm not quite ready to do yet.
Historically, it does, yeah.
Big worms.
Yeah, you can have an IV bag of intoxicants attached to this chair as well.
Nice.
All right, cool. So you head over to the Lampblacks' warehouse where you met them before, and you actually don't meet with Basil. You meet with Pickett again, and I'm just trying to find my notes because my cat is in the way of my bottom of my screen, so I can't pick any of my apps. Okay.
I did see your cat's tail merging with your camera.
Yeah.
Submerging your face.
It's alright. She's on her post now. All right. So yeah. So you meet with Pickett, and he's He's saying, fellas, nice to see you. So, Silas has filled you in on, we're going hard for the red sashes?
Well, presumably said the crew would listen. I suppose we'd better hear your proposal first.
I'm always up for taking it to those Eruvian bastards. Tell us what we need to do and we'll do it.
Or perhaps not. Perhaps we're just in for a penny and for a pound.
Huh.
What my friend is trying to say is...
He's the good cop. He's the bad cop.
Yeah.
I'm the cop that wants to hear more information before we make a decision.
Oh, what a lovely clock you got there. What a nice clock you got there, Friedrich. I haven't got around to doing the second hand myself.
Oh, you must. It's beautiful. But I'm sure we can talk about this later.
He says, well, I was kind of hoping that as the crew who infiltrated the Red Sash's headquarters not too long ago, you'd have some ideas of how you'd be able to hit them where it hurts. So let's hear it.
The hull being created, that's not Eruvian. That was definitely a Campbell project, right? That's not a Eruvian thing. Is that just Campbell? Or in the blue
No,
coats?
that was from the Red Sashes. Yeah, they'd kind of they'd hired the Spark rights to build it for them.
We are aware they have a rather grotesque creation, a hull. If we could destroy that, it would not only embarrass those fools and bastards, but it would limit their offensive capabilities. This is something I think would be quite a good target to take it to the Red Sashes.
Yeah, some sort of fighting hull. That sounds pretty terrifying. Yeah, we should probably get rid of that soon. I also wrote down some notes here before you came in. I don't know, probably not any good, but you can kind of take them or leave them. But I wrote down here you could, and then he sort of gets out this kind of map of Crow's Foot. And he points out like some of the streets, and he says, we know that the Red Sashes own the drug dens in these locations. I was gonna take me and some of the boys to go and smash them up real good. Hit them where it hurts, hit them where their income is. You guys have proven yourselves to be quite ferocious when need be. Something I didn't know about you last week. So you could always take care of this. Maybe Silas, do it on your own. And then he says, and of course they got some contacts at the Eruvian consulate who feed them money, feed them coin. If one of these contacts were to be eradicated, end up in the river, that'd also be a big help. And he's like, and lastly here, I got a kind of an idea here. I'm still workshopping it. It's not really done yet, but I know you're still I know you're old pals, the Foghounds. Still doing a lot of smuggling for the Red Sashes, bringing them a lot of those fancy swords that they get from Eruvia. Perhaps if you want to take out, I'm not going to say rivals, but they suddenly muscling in on your turf. So taking care of them would do a big disservice to the Red Sashes.
Now then.
So
They all sound quite appealing, actually.
Yeah. Technically 4 if we count our Saffron's plan to do in the hull.
I love it. Well, we'll just split up. What we'll do? Take one heist each. There we go.
One each. Easy.
Yeah, done.
Or just Silas do all of them.
Well,
Silas is coming back as a set of bloody rags after attempting to complete all the missions.
And then everyone takes his gold off him as well. Silas doesn't get any of the money.
Yes, I believe we helped with the planning, Silas. So.
So Romy thinks so. The first one was obviously talk about the hull. We talked about taking their weapons. What were the other ones? Sorry, they were.
So smashing up the drug dens, assassinating the contact at the consulate. Doesn't have to be at the consulate. It can be. You can just find out where they are and get them, or taking down the foghounds, or at least like attacking them pretty good.
Well,
I mean, they're tier 1, so you can still get extra rep and things from dealing with them. So.
Ooh, I
I don't know.
Yeah.
Knocking them out.
The most daring thing would be go for the hull, because we literally have no fucking idea where it is, what to do. That'd be the most ambitious. Assassination. I don't think we are an assassinating type. You know what I mean? I know we're smugglers and we're trying to break that up, but I don't know. It doesn't seem very.
Like that's very much perhaps like you could say the point of having such missions made available to us. I would
it's
guess.
true.
I mean, Saffron, we smuggle lives to the afterlife.
This is true.
Especially me, when I find out who killed my family, I want to smuggle their lives to the afterlife. Particularly
my mother, who is also my grandmother, but neither of them are actually members of my family.
My mama, who's my nana. It's a complicated relationship, okay? We move the fast up now, okay?
Saffron, I'm sure if we were to hit the drug dens, there could be a certain influx of supplies to your coffers.
I didn't want to be the one to say it, but I've had my eye on those drug dens for a while. They're quite damaging our business, I would say. The Emporium's overall business. I think that'd be a wonderful target to hit. The drug dens, are they red sash drug dens, or are they just more?
Yeah, red sash.
How are they?
Red sashes.
That could be. Yeah, it hits the red sashes. It helps our overall kind of business standing by.
I'd say as well, if you go and do that, we can tie it into kind of the turf thing mechanic where you guys take them over.
That'd be cool.
So you could actually do you could either get a piece of turf each. There's 2 pieces of turf, or there's luxury fence plus 2 coin for high class targets. So maybe that one of them is run by a fence. Yeah.
Yes.
I think that would be fun. I like it being a bit of a turf thing.
So you think it might? Sorry.
Much as I have long wished to visit the Eruvian embassy and scope out a few choice treasures I've heard they have there. In the long term, I think strategic strikes against the foghounds will pay us. Will pay better returns for the Emporium. An offense, should we manage to secure one, would certainly be an asset worth having. That's my
those foghounds. I mean, if we're going to take out one of the lesser gangs, or one of the gangs, red sashes, we should really be focused on there, where we've made the most progress and made the most ire. We don't want to fight a war on too many fronts.
It may be prudent to, just for once in our adventures, punch down a little bit to the foghounds. I say punch down; they are fairly established, but not so established as the red sashes. We do risk all-out war with the red sashes. So a proxy attack could be a helpful solution.
Yes. Yes, good.
Yeah, you won't be punching down. You'll be punching slightly lower
Less
down, but still up. Yeah, less up.
Punching less up.
Punching
Less up. That'll also be. It'll be more easy to take them out. Like we could basically start a clock, which is like going to war with the Foghounds, where you would be able to do stuff to wipe them out, essentially.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
That does sound fun.
And we were kind of already planning to do that at some point from the very beginning. We were kind of like picking our first scalp to take.
And surely if we wipe out the Foghounds, that could also we could develop turf from them, right? By that could still be turf related, right?
So
Is that the implication?
So their turf is in the docks, not in Crow's Foot. But some of these, I think because you're smugglers, some of this turf stuff is like you've got secret routes and stuff like that. So we could say that you nab those from them and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm not sure you could get turf and progress on a. I don't know. Maybe we'll have to think about it for next time. But there might be a way. But I think this whole turf thing, lair thing, is that whole thing where you guys were like, we want to be in charge of Crow's Foot. Like that is.
That's true.
That is what that's about.
Right, I see. So they're not in Crow's. Yes, the turf wooden character is not in Crow's Foot. It's removed from it. Okay, that makes sense. Still, yeah, I'm not adverse to it. It's not the most daring, but it's a bit more interesting. It's not smuggling. It's not assassinating. So I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
I quite like them both. I think attacking the Red Sash's den sounds the most interesting.
Yeah, if I had to choose one, I would choose the drug dens. It's thematically, and also it's the Red Sashes again. But also we have more chance of wiping out the Foghounds. But what would we gain from wiping out the Foghounds then, really, other than they're just not there anymore? Like, are we just wasting time? They're gone, and then what? If we're not getting turf from them,
I mean, if we wipe them out, then will we not like get their turf automatically?
That's what we were saying. But their turf's not in the Crow's. So it's not
particularly, I don't like the Red Sashes because they're really snobby and they just come across as assholes. So on that principle, I like to do some damage to them anyway.
Yeah, I agree.
That gets my vote.
Well,
Red Sashes are like assholes. Foghounds don't seem that bad.
Pivoted to that then.
Sounds like we have a preference.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. All right. Well, it's a turf war, and I think you will be. I think if you do this, it's a very open attack. You're already at -2, so I think you probably might slip into all-out war with the Red Sashes.
One hopes that we shall get to a higher standing though with the Lampblacks at the same time.
Yes, that is true. And then I think it'll be like doing non-Red Sash stuff is going to be harder. So you'll be like, you probably behooves you to finish them off.
Our plucky little band of 5 or 6 taking on the Red Sashes, who have a crumbling empire to be stolen.
Well, I mean, you say just 5 or 6. You wanted to acquire an asset.
Yes. Well.
Maybe you want to hire some thuggos.
Maybe that's exactly what I wanted to do. Depending on what it was, it might have been an expert, but I do believe that hiring a cohort and bringing in some extra thuggos would be just perfect for this operation.
I think so too.
And Silas knows plenty of thuggos. Because all his thuggo mates are down in the thuggo ring, thugging.
Also, he's arrested plenty.
He's also arrested plenty, but they would probably be less keen on being his thuggos.
Well, coin is coin, right?
It's also plausible, possibly, that some bluecoats might be moonlighting as additional thuggos.
Ooh.
Hitting drug dens.
Yeah.
Could be a sort of a suitable meeting of worlds to be like, look, we're going to hit the drug dens, and we're going to give you some intel, and we'll hit them somewhat together.
Whoa, I like it.
Because that could be fun.
That is
Fun way
good.
to tie into bluecoats as well. Maybe the bluecoats could stand to gain something from it as well, and that would be beneficial to our relationship with them. Maybe it's yet another one of Silas's special operations.
Yeah, juggling
Maybe
a lot.
he can convince them he really is. And nobody knows where the paper trail leads or who he reports to.
Oh god.
It's a web of lies. But yeah, so I think Silas would like to do that. Do I need to do anything to do that? I do. I have to roll. I have to roll the crew's tier, which is
Yes.
0.
So the result
Okay,
indicates the quality of the asset you get.
Okay, so this is gonna to probably determine whether or not they are a few bluecoats or some thuggos from the docks. So if I'm rolling crew's tier, am I rolling a disadvantaged dice?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's see how this goes. How am I going to do that? Do I do it in the Emporium? If I click on tier, does that work? Tier? Rep?
You can just also just roll. You can roll a fortune dice.
Fortune. Okay. I haven't rolled a fortune dice. Where does that live?
It should be on the crew sheet.
On the crew sheet.
On the right.
Aha. All right. We're gonna roll fortune.
Yep.
It's gonna be 2 dice.
0 dice.
It's gonna be. Oh, if I put in 0, does it work? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Well.
Wellington.
So if it's a 5,
it's just your tier.
It's just our tier.
Yep. You can increase it by spending 2 coin.
You can spend it to raise it beyond critical. No, I can spend. You can spend coin to raise the result of this roll beyond critical by spending 2 coin. Oh, I thought there was an option to spend just 1 coin. I misread it the first time. So, would the party want to invest in our next score?
We're trying to take an asset which is just like a band of thuggos. That's the.
Yeah.
So I guess at tier 0 it's a band of thuggos, and at tier 1 it's, I don't know.
Yeah, so
band of better thuggos.
Blue coats are tier 3.
You
Yes,
gotta
it's not gonna
spend
be-
money to make money. That's what they say.
But this could be quite a lucrative operation.
And you'll get +1 the next time you hire the same thuggos.
And with the heist itself, so I haven't dropped that yet. Do we know, like, are these drug dens? I mean, I'm thinking they're not. I'm just thinking, if we have the thug, we could hit more dens, or are we going after one den? I'm just thinking, like, is it more like I'm thinking the end of halfway through Breaking Bad Series 5.
We'll be figuring that out next time, I imagine.
I'm trying to figure out their value to the heist. If we just attack like one den, we can do it ourselves. But if we do have to like spread ourselves thin, then there would be a lot of value there.
It would definitely add value. Like, this is definitely a thuggish operation. Hiring more thuggos to take on maybe a smaller den whilst you deal with the bigger ones is definitely gonna gonna increase your result.
All right. So what are you asking for then?
2 coin.
Total?
In total.
What's in the bank?
You got four in the crew staff.
Yeah.
I reckon it'll pay off, or has potential to pay off. And
again, they're an investment, right? So they, like you say, they increase every time we use them. Right? So you get a +1, so we can use them again. Okay, I'm okay with Yeah.
If we're gonna grow and take any kind of territory and do stuff,
we need
some thuggos.
Yeah, because we've now got a new doctor as well, so we're kind of developing a little extra kind of web of...
The gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are actually only temporary assets, though.
Oh.
But they get better than every time we use them, so it's like they're contractors.
I don't think it gets better every time you use them. I think it's just +1 for repeat business, like flat.
Right. They're just good. They're buffed once.
Yeah.
I believe so. But you can hire cohorts when you upgrade your crew.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot there was a mechanic.
We're going to want some cohorts.
Or you can do a long-term project to recruit them. So there are ways to fold them in full-time.
All right. So what kind of thuggos do you think we're getting?
Tier 0 thuggos? I mean...
Well, they'll be tier 1 thuggos.
Oh, yes, tier 1 thuggos. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? Maybe... I mean, they're going to be pretty tough. Maybe they're if you met them in the fighting pits down the docks, your new mates.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Or maybe they're fellow people who were pissed off about Belk being turfed out of the old fighting pit. So, I imagine they're like a trio of pugilists.
That sounds good to me. And Marlene can be among them.
Nice,
my pal.
Disgruntled pit fighters.
Yeah.
Pretty good demographic.
They should be pretty scrappy.
Perfect smuggling time.
Yeah.
Yeah, really subtle.
It's a subtle operation.
Speak with my fist, mate. Yeah.
Smuggle my foot in your ass.
The voices you find down at the pits are thuggos, as you call them. Some of them are sophisticated fighters, like me.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I found the page here. It says you can get adepts, rooks, rovers, skulks, or thugs. But I guess thugs are kind of what you want. Yeah.
Thugs. We've got some thugs for our next thing. Lampblack Perkins.
Pickett.
Pickett. Pickett is presumably also offering us payment for work.
Yeah.
So there's.
What do you mean also?
Well, because there's potentially money to be made somehow on the score as well. Maybe we're nicking stuff, smashing stuff up, nicking stuff from the dens, and perhaps there's a scaling amount of payment for what we do. So I suppose it'd be good for us to know that. But we've made our investment now anyway.
Yeah, you'll get paid by Pickett, and I don't know, in terms of like loot, I don't know what would be the best way to rule it, but
something we could just think about. If there's an opportunity on the score to do bonus stuff to the smashings.
Yes.
Or maybe we can find stuff out on our prep.
Exactly.
One of the dens might have a particularly juicy stash of narcotics that could be then sold on or whatever.
That's true. Oh, and quickly, you have to give your cohort edges and flaws.
Ah.
So are they page 96? They're fearsome, independent, loyal, and tenacious. The flaws are principled, savage, unreliable, and wild.
Oh wait, I can't. Wait, 96 of the
main rule book.
Sorry, the pages on the numbers don't line up with the actual page numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. Edges. Fearsome, definitely fearsome. Pit fighters.
Mm-hmm.
Flaws. Can't really decide between savage and wild. Because they'd be a real mix of people. They're definitely not principled.
Should we say savage and maybe like?
I think savage is most fitting.
These are the ones who would use their abilities.
Flaws, right?
Yeah, these are the ones who sell their abilities, to the criminal underworld. Fearsome and savage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't that Billy the Fist?
I put a bet on you that one time. Oh. Oh, sweet. Well, Silas is really rocking up with the boys next time then. Yeah. Can we have like a entry shot like in Brooklyn Nine-Nine or something where he's walking down with the lads? Oh no, not like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, like every episode of Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
Going down the cut.
Them being unnecessary, cruel and violent. All right, well, sounds like everyone should come up with ways that they can be thuggish with through their particular playbook. Lorenzo, Friedrich might struggle, especially, but
yeah, it's not really too suitable for Friedrich, but we'll make it work.
You could sneak in the day before and don't know.
Rush some motherfuckers up.
Maybe you go in ahead to secure the safe.
Yeah. Plant some flammable materials.
Yes. Yes. Sorry, I'm sort of asleep. My brain is not braining. But yeah. What, as part of the attack on the drug dens?
It's all good. We'll save it next time. we can do our planning information next time. Then.
Yeah, exciting stuff. I feel like we covered a fair amount, considering there wasn't a heist today.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it'll be. I think Pickett will say it's 4 coin and then whatever you can take from the dens is yours.
Nice. 4 coin or whatever you can take.
Yep.
Bonus points for hitting more dens.
Potentially.
Per den rate.
I'll go away and write.
4 coin per den.
Well, you got to pay 2 to your cohort, 1 to the crows.
So that's what we've got to do. We've got to make this. We have to make it profitable.
We do.
Yeah, heavy loadout,
Since
boys.
we're about to hit 6 dens in a night.
Yep. Got to steal 50 cars in one night.
Fine, we just need like 6 Honda Civics. Those were the days.
Yeah. All right, we'll get some wibbly wobbly thing for Szaszachel to do.
He's gonna rock up and be like,
What?
"What kind of score is this, guys?"
Yeah. We were doing stuff for my mate Skurlock, and now we're just like trashing some shops. Completely, mate.
No, I'm excited for this one.
Yeah,
it will be fun and direct and stuff compared to like, where are we gonna go? But like, I think it has potentially a lot of license to tackle the wrecking of the shops in creative ways.
I think so.
I feel like things are
Not for Silas, of course, but for the others.
I feel like things are ramping up a bit as well.
Yeah.
Is broadening out.
We are about to be at war, so
yes,
it's ramping.
Yeah, and I think like the first like major story arc is going to be this war in the War of Crows. I'm already looking forward to the next thing and kind of seeing what seeds get planted now. So we've already got a few like interesting things going on.
We do that. Yeah.
All right then.
That's lovely.
Right. Nice one.
Cheers, OP.
Yeah.
Cheers, thanks,
I might be on holiday next week.
Uh-oh.
But I'm actually having to book it today or tomorrow, so it's a bit last minute. But yeah, might have to skip a week. Sorry, guys. So a
You
chair.
just won't get anything from the score, mate.
Yeah.
It's fine. Won't get any stress.
Yeah, all good. All good.
All right.
Good, Sash. Thanks, everyone.
Yeah,
Cool.
fun.
Cheers,
Good
boys.
seeing you all.
See ya.
Take
Love
care.
it.